Hey, ready associates? Let me ask you something. After closing, have you ever had a client suddenly claim, hey, wait, the house wasn't like that when I saw it? Trust me, it can happen. And that's why we now require you to use the buyer's walkthrough, confirmation, and acceptance form for all pre-owned homes. First, the form confirms whether the buyer did or did not get the home inspected by an inspector of their choice. Remember, the buyer has to choose their own inspector. This form keeps a record of that choice, so there's no finger pointing later. If they insist they don't want an inspection, this form documents their decision. The form also documents whether the buyer chose to have a re-inspection after any repairs were made. Again, if they choose not to, this form says so in black and white.
What?
You didn't know buyers could get a re-inspection? Well, now you do, so make sure you always give your clients that option. It'll be up to them if they choose to have one done. Section C asks whether the buyer will be getting a residential service contract, also known as a home warranty. In Texas, it's customary for the seller to pay for this, and you should always try to negotiate that into the deal. In fact, just include it in your offers using our sample contract as a guide. Our preferred partner is Home Warranty of America, or HWA, and we recommend using them whenever possible. However, the buyer can still choose not to get a home warranty, and this form documents that choice. Section D is important. We ask if the buyer walked the property before closing. Add the date that they walked through, or if they didn't walk through, that's fine, it's up to them. Just select that the buyer chose not to walk through. Section E asks, did the buyer see the home in person or buy it sight unseen from pictures online? Check the appropriate box, and this will protect you when they say, I didn't know it was across from a busy park, or I didn't know power lines were behind it. I couldn't see that from the pictures. And finally, Section F is your golden shield. It confirms the buyer is accepting the home as is. Sure, the 1-to-4 family contract includes that clause, but signing this right before closing hits differently. It proves the buyer had every chance to inspect, re-inspect, walk through, and speak up. That final signature is powerful protection for you. Listen, we know most buyers are great, but problems do happen. The buyer's walkthrough, confirmation, and acceptance form is your best defense against post-closing drama. And that's something we can all cheer for.